Yay! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Beatrice Boots from Phoenix Rising speaking for you at the summit, and it's great to see that I already have a few people live here with me. So please let me know who you are and let me know that you are here so that I can see if the comments are working. So thank you so much for being here live with me or in the replay. At the end of the day, it's all energy, and time and space are an illusion, so we're all here together. So my name is Beatrice Boots, and I'm an intuitive business coach, and I help people tap into their own intuition for more clarity and direction, and to balance the feminine and masculine in their business and make better business decisions with better results. Today I am really happy to be here. I welcome all the listeners, and I have heartfelt gratitude for Taryn, first of all, for giving us this opportunity and to create all of this for all of our co-authors, including myself. I'm also very grateful for the co-authors that we have been showing up with so much alignment. So much of the lives this week were so aligned with what I think, and we are obviously aligned with each other. And that's what happens when you come together in a group energy, and then the magic can truly happen. So I am very grateful as well for all the physical and non-physical support I've been receiving, especially after finding my life purpose and over the last few months within the Phoenix Rising. Powerful women who rose from the ashes to claim their place. And what a magical journey it has been. So if you are here, you believe or you are curious about energy, everything I do is related to working with energy. We're not separated, we are one consciousness. And there is so much talk about manifestation, but the fact is we don't need to attract the things, we just have to align with the things and allow them into our lives. So we have to trust to go within for the answers. I'm going to give you a little bit of a background. From a small age, I was very intuitive, highly sensitive, but this was suppressed because I grew up in a very rational society. And I moved out of the Netherlands, where I was born and grew up, in my 20s, and I started to travel and discover other cultures to see how people did it in other places. And that really opened my eyes and opened my horizon, because the Netherlands is a very small country, and it felt like I needed to be liberated. So I had that from a very young age, but I was repressing my gifts. So my book chapter, if you have read it, is called The Gift, and it's about a huge loss. I lost somebody in Paris on a group tour when I was bringing a group of fabulous women to Paris to fall back in love with themselves. And I lost a friend and a colleague through suicide. And that obviously was extremely traumatic for me, and that brought about a huge shift in my life through healing and through allowing my gifts to come more and more into my life and into my work. So I want to also acknowledge Angelique's, her soul's presence, because we co-wrote our story, and she's here with me today. I can feel her, I can sense her, and this is what we can do. We can co-create with the universe. We receive exactly the support that we need, and in every moment, and that's what happened on my unique path. I received the support I needed in every moment, and this is possible for you as well. So I'm just going to have a quick look at the comments to see. I don't see any. Oh yes, there's 4 comments. I don't see them right now. Oh yes, Christy, thank you so much for being live here with me and us. Michelle, yes, this song is amazing, isn't it? And hello, and Eileen is here as well, and Taryn is here. Thank you so much, Taryn, for being with me live today. So it's it's on that path. I'll come back to that song, Michelle, in a minute because it's a reason why I've been playing it. So I'll come back to that in a minute. So on my unique path, I found my Ikigai. And my Ikigai is a Japanese word for, you probably know it, just in case you don't, because I actually didn't know it until I already found it. And somebody asked me, are you using the Ikigai method? And I realized I did, so I started to look it up and I read about it, and it's an amazing method. And it's the Japanese reason for life, and there's actually a group of people in Japan that are living all into their hundreds because they are embracing their talents and gifts and live really the life they were born to live. So that's what I feel I've discovered, that I'm learning to live the life I was born to live, and I love helping others to live the life they were born to live. And part of that Ikigai is doing what you love doing most, and finding out what your core strengths are. Because often you have forgotten what they are, because in our Western society specifically, we have repressed those core talents because we were told, for instance, we're oversensitive, we're not allowed to use that sensitivity, so we repress that sensitivity, although often it's a core strength or even a real gift. So, and then a third point in what they say you need in this Ikigai method is give the world really what it needs from you. So I love that philosophy, and I now help others to find clarity and direction on their unique path, and I just love doing this work, and I'll come back to that later. Often my clients, they are at a crossroad in their life. They feel like they need to embrace more of their spiritual side. Maybe they have repressed it, maybe they don't dare to really shine their gifts into the world. Or they have to ground their spiritual side into a more practical business, and to use their intuition for better results. And sometimes merge businesses together, because often my clients are multi-talented like me, and they want to do more things than one. They get bored very quickly, so they want to merge those things together, and they don't know how. And I needed help myself at some stage to help me with that, and I found a coach that was from the Deepak Chopra Center, and I was really blessed to find her because she helped me to shift from my travel business, Pure Paris, into my more soul-led business. And that's also what I help people with Hi Claudia, you're here with me as well live. How lovely to have you here. And you were talking yourself today, so I'm looking forward to listening to the replay. I was getting in my zone to do my own live. So so that's kind of just to give you a little bit of an idea of what I help people with. And now something that I find is really important, because when we think of spirit, then of course we think of the higher dimensions and of energy, but we came to the world with a body for a reason. And the body is often forgotten to bring into spiritual work, and I was so happy to see this week how many of you here in the Phoenix Rising actually really use body work to help people, because it's so essential in this time to do that work. And I do the same. I don't do the same. I do it in a different way. Everybody has their own tools, but I use the body a lot as well, because after my trauma, I really realized that I had not incarnated properly. I was kind of half floating out of my body, and I needed to incarnate, because you can't live an earthly life and receive all the blessings from this earthly world, including finances, when you are not grounded. So, and the age of Aquarius, that we are now more fully entering into this period, into our evolution, is very much about that. It's about embodying our spirit into our lively earthly existence. And more people feel the call to live from the heart. And this clip of the Age of Aquarius song, you feel this anticipation of how the transition would be coming in. And this is decennia ago, and they were already feeling that energy. And this is, I find, so mind-blowing, because we are really entering the Age of Aquarius. And although it has been and is still very, very difficult and very, very challenging for many, this is a very special moment in time. And you are part of it, and you chose to live on this planet for a reason. Actually, I'm going to quote something that I found recently, and it says, "It is time to remember who you are, why you are here, and why you have chosen to be on Earth at this time, on the greatest change ever." And this comes from a movie, The Sixth Son, that you can actually watch online the next coming days for free. So it's this anticipation that people had, and why is this time so special that we're going through? It's because indeed those planetary bodies are aligning with each other in the transition time that we're going through. And we are, going in a completely new world. We're birthing a new world together. And we can choose either to hold on to the old ways of doing things, but they won't work anymore. We need to embrace, if we want to live a successful life, I believe we need to surrender to this new way of living and to this new birthing methods, because otherwise we're not going to make it. The old ways just don't work anymore. And after hundreds of years of heaviness and trauma, we were persecuted for speaking our truth. So we're moving now into a much lighter phase in our evolution, and we're coming into a more expressive time in our history, and we're moving out of the patriarchal and oppressive societies. So, and of course, there's a lot of pain with birthing, and that's what's happening. There's a lot of pain happening with this birthing process. But in the quantum physics, they say that we need only 5% of, I'm not very scientific, but that you need only 5% to bring the rest along in quantum physics, and that's actually what's happening. There's already 5% or more aware and awakened. So we are bringing in those other 95% of the people that are still asleep. We're bringing them into consciousness together, holding that space. So why has it been so hard over the last couple of years? I don't see the comments anymore. I'll have a look in a minute. But I have quite a bit to say, so I just want to continue. So why has it been so hard for the last few years? It's because of the old paradigm that people are holding on to. They're trying to fight back. And people, cultures and systems, they hold on to the duality we've been living in for so long. And we still are living in that duality. And is that's a part of the process. But as long as we stay stuck ourselves in duality, then we cannot fully embrace the lives we want to live. So it has been very tough for many as we're moving from this 3D lifestyle into 5D lifestyle. And I can talk about this all day, so I think I'm going to leave this for now, because I just want to say 3D is everything we can see with our eyes, and it's related to our lower chakras, and the 5D is the higher frequency. And it doesn't mean that the lower frequency, like our bodies, are not there for a reason. They are there for a reason. We even need them to live this earthly life, and we need to use them to allow things to manifest. So in this period of time, our intuition has become so essential for success. And that's, it's so important to start listening to your heart more. But if in order to fully access your intuition, you need to first learn a lot, and you have to unlearn the constant doing, because we're constantly busy doing, and you can't tune into your intuition as well when you do too much. So you have to take distance to be more. You have to meditate and do this body work that people were talking about, to be more, to actually feel your intuition. And then you need to take aligned action when it feels expansive and empowering. And this is a learning curve, a learning process that we're all going through. So now, in the old ways, we took action based on fear, related on the lower chakras. And it's the fear that, drives you to take action when the time isn't right. And the fear is holding you back when you should take action and you don't. So it's this rhythm of taking action and taking a pause and taking a break that is very, very important. That's what is the masculine and the feminine, that balance that we need to bring in more in your life and in your business. And the huge changes humanity is going through, that shows us that people are ready for this shift. And you came into this world with a special reason. So we need to trust ourselves, come home to ourselves, find our life purpose, work from the heart, and let your soul and intuition guide you. Allow them to guide you and to live your life in a different way. So what is holding you back? There are a few reasons why you're held back. And there's a few reasons why you're afraid. And if you have read my story, you know I went through this loss, and I was so scared to be me. I was scared to not survive. And I actually have created, for that reason, a masterclass around the witch wound, because a lot of past life trauma came back during my time in Paris when I lost Angelique. So if you're interested in this, I will, you can send me a DM, and I can tell you when the next masterclass is on for this. But and I will also put the quote of a book that I really find very helpful later in the comments, so that I don't lose the time right now to talk about that quote, because I actually want to have space as well for a little bit of meditation at the end. So so you came to this earth to heal this wound, this lifetime, and to bring your soul essence into an earthly life. And you chose the path, and as a soul living this earthly life, you chose a body as a gateway from spirit to transform into matter. And this is a bridge between spirituality and practicality. And I found that transformation actually doesn't have to be complicated or scary. I've discovered that transformation can be actually a lot of fun. And playing is very high vibrational energy. It allows us to receive. And that's the meditation I will do a little bit later. So make sure you stay for that, or you listen back and put hashtag replay if you do. So it doesn't have to be scary. It can become a fun journey. And opening up to becoming a channel, it simply starts by focusing on the body and tapping into your intuition more fully. So let's do this right now with a short exercise. Close your eyes for a minute and take a deep breath into your lower belly. And make some contact with your root chakra and your sacral chakra, with the color red and the color orange. And feel into your here. See if you can feel this flow of thick light moving through your belly, moving through your body. So it's quite dense because those chakras are much denser. So just stir this energy around like a big pot of honey and just stir it around. Feel like, oh, this light is becoming denser and denser, and it's quite sticky and yummy, and it just moves around in your belly. So this is just a short little exercise that I will do in a much bigger extent in different places, but I just want you to have a feel for it, of connecting with your lower chakras to ground. Let me see. I hope you have had the chance to feel that in this very short time. So, intuition. Intuition is something you can only access when you are connected with yourself. Like energy, it's not tangible, we can't see it, but we know it's there. And in my free challenge, 5-day intuition challenge, I'll talk about that more deeply. So you can sign up for that after this live. I'll also put a comment with the link for that in the comments. But it is, it's like a radio wave, electric currents, internet radiation, all of that. You know that it's there, but you can't see it, but it's there. So why have we forgotten? That's because for centuries we have been told to listen to our mind, to not trust our heart, to even ignore it, to put it aside. And that's why you keep falling back on thinking, judging, analyzing. And now's the time to balance your heart and your mind and to let your soul lead. And when you're connecting with your body and going through this healing journey that is life, you feel the physical pain, you feel your emotions, your thoughts that transform into emotions and can get stuck in that sacral area. And you need to feel them, and by feeling them you can release them. So it's a matter of becoming aware. And this awareness is very subtle, but I've discovered that, and I've developed a fun tool to use tarot cards to tap into your intuition and to help you find clarity and direction much quicker on your unique path. I've used tarot cards for 20 years, and I was so scared to admit it. I was hiding it, that this was the tool that I was using to tap into my intuition for clarity and direction. But this witch wound that I was talking about earlier on was just keeping me stuck, and it was like I didn't dare to be visible, full stop. But I definitely didn't dare to be visible with my tarot cards. So even at the start of 2020, when I started to coach, I started putting up tarot cards on LinkedIn, and then I pulled them off again because it scared the hell out of me. I was just so afraid, and I felt like I was in a place of possibly dying. It was such a big fear. But as I went along, and as I started to coach with more and more people, I realized it's my superpower. And from that, I started to teach clients to use their own cards to read into their consciousness, like unconsciousness rather, 95% unconsciousness, to tap into that intuition in a much quicker way and to see the blind spots. And so this is now what I'm doing in group coaching. And in the group coaching, we co-create by pulling cards, and then we discuss life and business situations. So this discussion brings about healing, and the images bring about healing. That makes any sense? And the awareness brings about healing. And then things start to shift. And when I use the cards, or when I use the cards with my clients, then things started to shift really fast. I started to notice that. So I received messages and let go of the fears. And this made that my husband and myself, for instance, manifested 2 apartments on 2 sides of the world, one in the Netherlands and one in Australia, although we had this wish of living on 2 sides of the world, but we didn't know how, and then it happened. So things that seem impossible, they actually can then, we can allow them to come into our reality. So I also manifested a permanent residency for me in Australia just 1 week before the borders closed. And if this would not have happened, my husband and myself would have been separated for years. And we have been over 20 years together. So this was such an amazing result that I realized, oh, wait a minute, I have gold here. I have to help other people with this. And so I developed this program called Clear Mind, Happy Heart. And in the program, I help you to build your intuition muscle in your life, in your business, on your journey. And on your journey, I'm your personal trainer. So my promise to you is that when you step into a coaching journey with me, that you clear the clutter in your mind. You find your blind spots. You find those things that are hidden in the 95% of your unconscious. And then things start to shift, as I said. So my clients clear their negative beliefs and old thought patterns with really quick results. So for instance, one of my clients recently manifested also a sale agree when she thought she needed to wait till next year because of personal circumstances, and that the bank wouldn't agree with her sales, but it did. And that's the same thing as what happened to us. You know, we received a loan based on an old job, and we moved away and we still had the apartment. So we kind of found solutions, practical solutions to allow this to come into our lives because we really wanted it. And this is what happens when you start allowing. Let me see. So you need to be willing to invest time and money in your process. And with somebody that resonates with you. And that's why this summit is so great, because you can really tune into the different coaches and practitioners to see what does resonate with me. How can I use my intuition to feel who's going to help me further along? And yeah, that's so important. So recently, one of my clients, she found, after being stuck for years with finding clients, she became more aligned with her soul, and she manifested 3 or 4 clients in a couple of weeks. Even before she said yes for the program, she started to manifest them. And another client brought in a money mindset program, although she was an accountant. So I'm just throwing in a few things here to show you that it really, really works. You see also that when people embrace more fully who they truly are, that they have released fears and they feel more safe and much more confident, and they start to radiate joy. And that joy, of course, is very appealing as well for other people then, so it has this ripple effect. So I'm going to skip a few things here. Just want to see that when you use practical and spiritual tools, you really see the magic happen. And that's what I see in the life of my clients, and I just love it. I'm just aware of time, so I'm just going to skip a few things. So if you want to know more about how to use your intuition, and also a little glimpse of the tarot card readings in there, then please sign up for my free recorded mini course or challenge. And now I'm just going to go deeper into intuition. Is like building a muscle. It really is. It takes practice to build it and use it. And with this intuition challenge, you'll understand different aspects of intuition, because there are different aspects of it. We have the third eye, we have the heart, and we have the gut, and all of those I will talk about in my challenge. So please sign up for that. And when you complete the exercises daily in the challenge, that helps you to strengthen and build your intuition muscle, and with gentle consistency, because we can't be in push and flow at the same time. So we need to be in flow for order to allow things to come through us. But in order to do that, we have to stop pushing. And this is what I talked about earlier on. It's this pushing that is really difficult to let go of. So, all right, I'm just going to have a look at the comments before I do the meditation. Let me have a look if I can see them here, because I don't dare to refresh my screen. Can somebody say something in the comments so that I can make sure that you're here and that I still see the comments? Otherwise, I'll just go into my okay. All right. Okay. So Christine is still with me here. And so if you have any questions, this is a really good moment. I see a few people needed to go, and I understand that life takes over. So if there is anybody here that wants to ask live questions, hi Christine, nice to see you here. You're still with us, and I see there's another few people. So if you have any questions, please, or if you want to say, oh, hi Eileen, thank you so much for being with me here as well. Still, do you have any questions, or can I just continue with the meditation? I would love to hear that. Because I realize I've talked a lot and I really want to do this meditation. But if you have any questions, of course, I will go into that. I see that Michelle Ann Collins asks, sometimes I wonder why this life at this time. This is a really good question because I think a lot of us are busy with that. Okay, thank you. I will do the meditation in a minute. Thank you, Eileen, for letting me know. A lot of people ask themselves, why am I living this life right now in this moment? And this is why I find it really empowering to use a book that is called Live the Life You Were Born to Live. And I do sessions with people to analyze that, that text in the book that comes up. It's numerology. And then another thing that is really powerful, I find, is a talent test. When you do a talent test, you can see exactly what are your core strengths, what is your zone of genius, and that's the way that you find often can look into either just doing the test yourself or booking a session with me, Michelle, or you can read the text of the book. That can also, or both. So those are two tools I find really empowering. All right, I will do the meditation now. And the meditation is based on a card that I pulled last night for this specific moment, and it's called Archangel Haniel, and it is saying, seek soul satisfaction, fan a flame of inner happiness. And I build a little meditation around this card for you to experience this now. So that's what we will do. So close your eyes and take a deep breath in and out of your belly. Put your feet firmly on the ground and connect again with this area in your belly, these red and orange lights. And if you can see this movement in your belly, that would be really, really great to see this movement. It's, the sacral chakra is a chakra where there is flow needed, and often our emotions are keeping us stuck there. So see if you can bring some movement in that belly area with the colors that you see. And even if it's slow movement, throwing through that, moving, stirring the pot through that thick liquid, then at least there's some movement there and it releases the stuck energy. So from there, you take a deep breath in and out of your heart. Go to the back of your heart and breathe in and out. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Do that a few times in your own time. And then allow the color emerald green to enter your heart. See that it moves through your heart, around your heart, in and out of your heart. So this movement is much quicker and much more fluid, it's less dense because your heart energy is much lighter. And feel how this emerald green is now changing into a glorious bright turquoise color. And breathe that in. And this turquoise is the color of the Archangel Haniel. who's been seeking to connect with you. And Archangel Haniel is the angel of loving joy, known as the angel of the moon. She radiates this divine feminine energy. And she approaches those who are seeking emotional freedom through balance and self-mastery. And just feel, does she resonate with you in this moment and time? Ask yourself, will you allow her to help you build your inner strength and the confidence that comes with this energy? Because she's there to help you build your intuition muscle and to trust your intuition more. And she says to you, at this moment in time, there's too much work or worry that is potentially draining you. So your guidance is to focus on what you do want and what you love doing. It's encouraging you to bring in the fun, the joy, the happiness into your life through the law of allowing. So come back to the turquoise color in your heart anytime when you feel you need it to lift your energy up. And as I speak, it is forming a protective bubble around your heart. And feel how big that bubble is. Is it very close to your heart? Or is it a bit further away from your heart and just all around your heart and all around your body maybe even? And now have a look inside of that bubble. And inside of that bubble, there are dolphins playing. Just observe and see and watch how they jump, swim, play. Breathe in that joy of pure pleasure by playing. They swim in and out of the bubble now and all around your body. Just to raise your vibration in a very playful way. Do you feel this in this moment? Breathe it in and out of your heart. And see the turquoise light now radiating from your heart around you and into the world to shine your light. The more light you see, the more light you feel, the more a bubble of happiness will grow inside of you. Decide in this moment that you will do more of what brings you pleasure. And each time you feel a burst of delight and joy, ask Archangel Angel to shift that into something bigger and more permanent. You can always come back to this meditation if you wish later to listen to it again. And to complete it, now place your hand in a prayer position. Take a deep breath in and out of your heart space. And say thank you, Archangel Haniel. And take another deep breath in into your heart space. And say thank you to your own divine beloved soul. And then when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into the room. And I hope this has changed something into in your energy field, giving you a sense of joy, protection, love, appreciation for yourself, for your talents, for your gifts. Because that's really, really fabulous if that has happened. So I thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to connect to you soon. You can connect through me by sending me an email at beatrice@beatriceboots.com. You can follow me on LinkedIn, Instagram, under the same name, Beatrice Boots. And you can also visit my website, although it's under construction, www.beatriceboots.com, and I will put /course because that's actually the page that is really live and informative if you want to hear more about my program, Clear Mind, Happy Heart. And if you feel like doing the challenge, let me know, or you can just sign up. I'll put in the link below. And also, I have a heart meditation if you want it. You can sign up for that. So let me know what your needs are in this moment. And you're so welcome, Joe. Sorry. I just thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, Christy, if you would listen back, Claudia, and anybody that will join. It was fabulous to be here together, and I wish you a beautiful day and talk to you soon. Bye. Loads of love.